All right, so today we're looking at the second section in chapter 2. It's called Using Laws of Exponents. We're going to look at 3 of the laws. These 3 laws should be pretty familiar to you because you probably saw them in Algebra 1. They probably even popped up a little bit in geometry. But basically, when you have the same base and you're multiplying 2 exponential terms, you do something special with the exponents. And if you have some variables inside a set of parentheses to a power, you do something special. And the third one is the power to a power. So those are the 3 we're going to look at. Anybody know what you do with the exponents on the first rule? You add them, so you're going to have the same base A, so as long as those bases are the same, you keep that same base, and then you take the 2 exponents, you add them together. Okay? For number 2, that exponent on the outside of the parentheses, you just need to point out it does what? Is Dennis the only one that knows? Somebody else. Come on. Yes.
It squares it.
Well,
It multiplies it by itself.
it multiplies to each of those bases in there. So it becomes A to the power of M and B to the power of M. If it was a square, yes, it would go to both. Both of them would be squared. And the third one, the power to a power, Dennis, multiply them. Good. So keep that same base, and then the M is going to get multiplied by the n. Okay? So let's look at all these in action. All right, example number 1. We're going to have negative 3x squared y cubed times 4xy squared. First of all, let's look at the coefficients. What do you do with the coefficients? Just multiply them, right? So what's negative 3 times 4? Negative 12, okay? If it helps, put a little dot here because the 2 sets of parentheses indicates multiplication, okay? And then, bless you, so we have the algebraic part. So we have x to the second, and then we have x to the what over here? First. So if it helps you, write a little 1 there. So you remember that it's a 1 and don't think it's a 0, right? So you want to write that same base, okay, the x and the x, so the base stays the same. And then you take the 2 exponents and you do what? Add. So you're going to have the 2 plus the 1 gets you to 3. All right, then you have a y to the third and a y to the second, so the base stays the same. And you add the exponents. 3 plus 2 is 5. So you're going to have negative 12 x to the third, y to the fifth. Any questions on example number 1? All right, let's look at a couple more. Example number 2. S t to the fourth to the third. So this looks an awful like which of the 3, 1, 2, or 3? Right, it looks a lot like 2, where that exponent of 3 on the outside is going to go to both parts, okay? So what exponent is on the S? There's a 1, right? There's a 1, so you're going to rewrite this as S, then you're going to multiply 1 times 3 and get 3. Then you're going to have T, multiply the 4 times the 3 and get
12.
12. All right. Simple multiplication. All right. Any questions on example number 2? Example number 3. All right, we have negative 1x cubed to the second power. Now, whatever coefficient you have in here also has to go to that power. All right, so that negative 1 has to go to the power of 2 as well. And the x to the third has to go to the power of 2. All right? So negative 1 squared is what? 1. I'm just pointing it out so you make sure if you have a negative number and you square it, it ends up positive. All right? X to the third to the second should be x to the 6th. Do I have to write the coefficient of 1? No, you could just write this as x to the 6th power. What? Yeah, if you have a calculator and you wanted to square negative 1, so you type negative 1 in like that and square it, it's going to end up positive for you. Yeah. But if you, because I put it in parentheses, if you just type negative 1 squared, you'll get negative 1. You see the difference? Yeah, yes. But the calculator will do it correctly for you. All right. Example number 4, last one. Got 3t squared t to the third minus 2t squared plus t. You must have one of these. All right, so let's distribute on this one. So 3t squared times t to the third. We're going to multiply the coefficients. 3 times 1 is 3. Take the exponents and do what with them? Add them. So same base t, add the 2 plus the 3, you should get 3t to the 5th. Multiply the coefficients. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Same base of t. Add the exponents. 2 plus 2 is 4. Multiply the coefficients. 3 times 1 is 3. Same base of t. Add the exponents. 2 plus the 1 that you can't see is t to the third. Multiply the coefficients. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. There is no t here, but there is still there, so it's t to the second. All right? When you get to this point, check for like terms. There obviously aren't any on this one, but I think I wrote that there because there is one on the assignment.